It starts with a general understanding of the property, its location, its zoning capacity. It generates some optimization strategies, the strength, market position, and this is taking into account all of the data that we fed the report. It gives you a summary on the existing inventory, and that existing inventory includes current land use, as you see, is primarily residential or vacant. It understands the existing building areas, generally speaking, is small. The existing building density, we're still about 1 to 2 FAR, the bulk of all the properties. It looks at also the potential inventory in that half-mile radius. So the potential buildable area, as you can see, the future of this area is actually not small, but medium. So there's a lot of underutilized sites, and we could see that in the underutilized score map so that we can understand that this area has a lot of potential for at least doubling or tripling its size, which is interesting. These are all the potential units by property. So the algorithm goes and understands every single property, how many units it can build. And most of the properties in the area are single family homes where, as you can see, there are regions north where there'll be a lot more density, between 11 and 30 units per property. The area that we're in is between 5 and 10 units. So duplex, fourplex, and small multifamily, which is the site that we're looking at the moment. The report takes into account as well market analysis, and there's a series of data points that go into it. Home prices, median rent, sales activity. Most of it, the bulk of it has happened before 2019, but we could see that at least 129 properties were transacted between 2023 and 2024. So it continues with the sales activity over time. It compares that to the city to understand volume, price, and the trend as it compares to the rest of the city. We also look at construction activity over 50 years and over 20 years, construction versus permitting to see if there's any insights in anything coming on board. Usually permitting lags actual construction, or the other way around. And we also look at recently sold on the residential side and dollar per square foot values. These are later used for the residual land value and valuation. Also, what's the residential for sale? In this case, it'll stick to residential because of the nature of the property. So then we get an idea of dollar per square foot values and activity in the area over time and in the present moment. It also goes through demographics so that we can understand these trends over time as well. Median income as it compares to the city is a little bit lower than the city. And in this case, it's taking into account the zip code the property is in, employment, owner-occupied, so very low owner-occupied percentage in this area, which means most of the people are rented. The crime in Miami, crime is only available at the city level, and the race distribution, which the majority is Hispanic. They'll go through legal permissibility and also financial feasibility